Hi there. So, what do you think? Can AI take your place? Is it worthwhile to use this technology to produce ebooks? Join me to think about the implications of these questions. It is such a temptation to be perfect. An AI image generator created the picture of me on the thumbnail of this video, and most young girls are using filters on photos to achieve the perfect look. Where is AI taking us as creators, and what impact does it have on writers? Everyone is selling something, and we are told that our greatest resource is ourselves. We are the most important product, and what is contained in this unique vessel is our ideas, the book we write, the picture we paint, or the photo that is taken with painstaking care, waiting for ages for the right moment. What is your goal in being a writer or creator? Is it to become a millionaire, as so many channels promote? It's apparently easy if you follow all the right directives. Firstly, we need to think about what we want to produce. As technology, industry, and mass production has evolved, we have seen the desire for handmade or artisanal products grow. The website Etsy is an example of an outlet originally intended for handcrafts. Whether it is pottery, woven carpets, freshly baked cakes, or uniquely designed dresses, something original and handmade commands a higher price because of the time factor. Time has become a highly prized and priced commodity. As soon as any entrepreneur becomes successful, he begins outsourcing chores to others to free up his time. So what is the cost of your time? We know that we can never get time back once we have spent it, and that it is finite. No millionaire can afford to go and buy himself some more time. It slips through our fingers every day, or as we say, it flies. We often say that we will do certain things to save time. We invent machines to save us time. We rush around cities at ever-increasing pace of life, apparently to save time. And as we rush around, we tell people that we don't have time for them. A doctor said that at all the deathbeds he attended, not one human wished for more money, but they wished they had chosen to do things differently with their time. What are we doing with all of this saved time that technology has given us? Let's take a quick look at architecture then and now. We know that builders can rapidly estimate what a 3D image will look like. We have power tools and machinery. In the past, the building of a cathedral would have exceeded the life of a master builder. He would not have seen the finished project that he began. So why bother putting all that effort into a structure? Why not rush to develop a skyscraper and then demolish it in a few years? Where are we rushing to with this need to complete something that we create so quickly? There is a movement in architecture that protests against the ugly slabs of buildings we have erected in the name of progress, because the beauty of our environment does have an impact on our being, our thoughts, feelings, and ideas, our ability to create or imagine. Think of the craftsman who spends years training and perfecting his skill. He is not creating something that will be unwrapped and thrown away the next day. It is meant to endure through the years. The craftsman puts his heart into what he has made. So a buyer is not paying him for a stone statue to decorate his home or garden. He is paying for his time, his passion, his skill and artistry in making something unique. You could create a quick AI book and design an AI cover in minutes. You could get an online certificate that says you have some hair care skills or that you have studied healthcare. But will a client make the choice to put themselves in your hands? As a consumer, which choice would you make? The hairdresser who has experience in her craft and is invested in caring for her clients, or someone who wants to make a quick buck? Do you want a doctor who got the fastest online degree? What are the results of these quick choices on consumers? Remember having to write out lines in class to learn something or for punishment? It was laborious and maybe frustrating. Some children probably wanted to give up, and there are always the kids who try to take shortcuts. And no matter how many disasters result, they keep taking shortcuts because they don't want to work at anything consistently. What usually happens is that time is wasted by trying so many shortcuts instead of going the longer route in the first place. The long route involves bumping our heads, failing, making mistakes, and learning. What do we teach our children by the concept that they must take the quickest route to the end goal, regardless of consequences? How many YouTubers advertise tips and hints to avoid mistakes they made, but then give a very vague idea as to how to do this? It's not ethical and continues the time-wasting cycle. Our brains become lazy to do it for ourselves or to think of a different way, and a lot of copying goes on. We have a society that is learning to follow and to copy. The result is, unfortunately, that you can go from channel to channel and hear the same opinions and advice recycled over and over again. Everyone is expressing the same thoughts because they all want a slice of the same pie. The original idea of a college or university was to encourage independent thinking and debate. It doesn't seem as though learning is required to be reinforced by logic. Maybe technology has made life too comfortable. In those countries where life is hard and situations are challenging, ideas are born out of necessity. Inventions might be the fruit that grows from despair. New forms of art, discoveries that are needed to find solutions, can come at the most challenging times. So what is the consequence of our dependence on AI-generated material or the generic reproduction of ideas? We have a stale society and thinking stagnates. In writing, we see more derivative work, stereotypes, tropes, predictable plots, or worse, no stories at all. Just as Chris Gore has stated in the Film Courage series on YouTube, we fall into a comfort zone where everything is familiar and we indulge all of our desires and resist anything original. What could be a way forward for writers and an antidote to the generic AI disease? I would say to encourage the art of storytelling in families or among friends, where sharing a verbal story can be a very important way for our brains to process and remember information. It's not just about achieving an end goal and producing a product, but also the way that we keep a vital part of our humanity alive and vibrant. As the story is told, the brain must imagine without the aid of devices. Imaginative retelling is also so important, and although it may be frustrating to parents to hear the same story told over and over about something funny that happened at school with all the sound effects, it is a valuable part of learning. It forms the basis of our entertainment and shares something universally human. It seems so strange to say that children should go outdoors to play or that adults should take a walk in nature. We know instinctively that it is good for us, yet we resist this contact with the natural world, and children become confined to their flats. Experiencing life, learning about the names of different plants and animals, meeting different people, and playing imaginatively all cause us to develop and grow. It's essential and more important than endless viewing hours. Write something that you believe is wonderful, that touches your heart and makes you feel that you've given something of yourself as a creator, not just because you want to dash off an ebook to make money. We do live with practical needs, but make your time worth something. Make your effort count. Filmmakers are churning out endless versions of the same classics, from Shakespeare, Austen, Dickens, and now even Tolkien is falling under a heavy hat. There is a wealth of classical literature from which to draw inspiration without having to reuse the same stories over and over just because they are assumed to have box office magic. But the enduring quality of the stories shows what can happen if writers are truly invested in their work and write with heart. Tap into your human roots and avoid the AI shortcut. Think of a story your grandparents told you and write it out with as much detail as possible. Or if you didn't know your grandparents, ask an elderly friend or member of your community to share a story with you. It can be shocking or wonderful. Enjoy your writing. If you would like more writing tips and advice, you can follow my Substack blog, or you can find me on Patreon for conversation, dialogue, and English language. And then look on Facebook and Instagram for updates. Take a look at my books on Amazon. They are available as ebooks or paperback. Thank you.